Welcome to AlexGs Aquarium. Today is a fish-focused video on the Royal Gramma or Gramma loreto. This is a fish that lives in the Caribbean and Western Atlantic Ocean, and it's very common in the hobby in the United States. And it's one of my favorite fish, and I think it's a great starter fish for beginners. And I also think experts can really enjoy the beauty of the Royal Gramma. I want to talk a little bit about their natural habitat and what I've been rating. I also want to talk about why I keep them in the 480-gallon tank, their behavior, feeding requirements, and some footage of these fish as they behave in the 480-gallon tank. To start off, I want to talk a little bit about the habitat of the Royal Gramma. Now in the wild, these fish are found anywhere between 1 and 60 meters deep, or roughly 3 feet to almost 200 feet in depth. Now, I was reading a little bit, and it says they're normally just about 1 to 40 meters, but they are seen on occasion going all the way down to 60. So that's pretty wide range of depth for this fish, and it's pretty amazing to know that they can go at such a wide variety of depths, from being in the shallows to relatively deep water for such a small little fish. These fish are normally found in temperature ranges of about 24 to 27 degrees Celsius, or roughly 72 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Now in the wild, these fish are known for living along drop-offs, big shelves, in caves. In many instances, they'll swim upside down along these shelf areas. They like to live in these rocky structures, and within these rocky structures they do build nests or just little caves and territories in which they defend. Now I think that Royal Grammas are great for beginners and experts alike for many reasons. The 480-gallon has 5 Royal Grammas in it right now, and I really love these fish because they're colorful, they're peaceful, and in a larger tank you could put a group of them together and they just have some incredible interactions and behaviors between one another. For feeding the Royal Grammas, I am using live whiteworms, frozen foods, pellets, and in the past I've also fed flake foods to them. They're very easygoing fish when it comes to eating. They love to have a nice wide variety of food, and this is one of the reasons I think that they're good beginner fish, because they so readily take all the prepared foods that we have in our aquariums. And territoriality, while they do get territories, they never really beat up on other fish, and with a small group of them, I find that they'll have some little disputes over territory and dominance, but overall these fish really behave pretty well. On occasion I'll see a torn fin or two, but nobody's ever gotten beaten up bad enough in the group to where I felt that fish had to be separated. Now if you want to keep a group of Royal Grammas, I really recommend having a tank at least 75 to 120 gallons. They do like to have a little bit of space, and in general those fish are occupying about half of the tank is where their main territory seems to be. They do wander off to the other end. For the most part, they're confined to about half of the tank here. Now, if you want to keep a Royal Gramma in a smaller tank, I would say anywhere from a 15 to 20 gallon, you can house 1 Royal Gramma without a problem. And anything from a 20 to a 75, you should be able to keep a single. And I would say it'd probably be more with caution to try and add multiples in that size tank. I just have not had the experience with it, so I'm not sure how well that'll work out. The very first time I tried a group of Royal Grammas was in a 120-gallon tank, and they were a little bit more roughed up than the ones that are in the 480. It could have just been temperament of the fish, so it's hard to say. But in this tank, there's very little in the form of aggression between them, because they all have enough space to be spread out and have their own little territories. One final thing I'll say about the Royal Grammas is that there are a couple of fish that are very similar. There is a Brazilian form of a Royal Gramma. It looks very similar, the color's a little different, and they do get larger. That is a separate species. I don't have experience keeping them, although I know they do get a little bit larger than standard Royal Grammas. The other fish that I will caution everybody on is a Bicolor Chromis. It looks similar to a Royal Gramma, except when you look at them closely, you'll see that the color between the purple to magenta on the front and the yellow at the rear of the fish is in a very defined line, and the overall shape and the face of the fish is a little different. Be very careful, because pseudochromis are an entirely different type of fish behavior than Royal Grammas. While Royal Grammas are very peaceful, Chromis are highly territorial and can be extremely aggressive, especially in small tanks. So one final word of caution I wanted to give everybody on these fish. And while it is similar to a Royal Gramma in looks, its behavior is totally different. I hope everybody enjoyed the fish focus video today. I'm gonna leave everybody with some footage of the Royal Grammas. Of course, if you have comments or questions on Royal Grammas, go ahead and leave them down below. I'm very interested to know everyone else's experience in keeping these fish. They're one of my favorites, and that's why I like keeping them in my aquariums. I'm interested to hear your experiences, good or bad. I think it's great for the community to know. If you liked today's video, give me that thumbs up. Let me know that you like the content. I hope everybody enjoys a little bit of footage here of the Royal Grammas and their natural behaviors in the 480-gallon reef. I hope everybody enjoyed that clip of the Royal Grammas and the 480-gallon reef. If you want to see more on the journey of the 1600-gallon system, fish focus videos, and videos about this system's journey and growth into a mature reef, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell notification. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and I'll see you on the next video.